Hey everybody, Steve again. Hey you guys, I just want to give a quick video. I'm trying to keep up to date, and I make these videos so it's actually keeping the record of all the research that I've done. Today is 7/28/2024. Time is time on deck is 10:06. Um, so once again, we still delve into the fact of our Eighth Amendment. This amendment apparently the Angelina County whoever above us, they really haven't read it. Maybe they didn't take civics in school. I don't know. Don't even know. But anyway, Eighth Amendment basically is effective. There's no excessive bail charge, and there is no cruel and unusual punishment. And I don't know about you, but having two people die in a jail would consider cruel and unusual punishment, especially when you think about the fact is that these individuals were denied medical attention. These individuals were in restraints prior to. One individual had to lay there for 2 days. They finally said after 2 days it was cardiac arrest. Well, I don't know, but to me, cruel and unusual punishment is if they were receiving proper medical care, they would see that his blood pressure was up there. Something's wrong with this individual. But then again, this is Angelina County. The reason why I'm so down on this county is because these kind of things, lack of transparency and keeping information from the public, it's just gotten out of control. And I have spent all day, I have been preparing documents, sending off to all law enforcement agencies, federal courts, Attorney General, the Ombudsman, the Attorney General. I have spent all afternoon crafting letters and sending those off. Want to get an answer. How can a person die in jail and there not be any record of it? There not be any video of it to be released? There's no statements by the witnesses. How can that happen? It's not transparency. That's a damn cover up. And how can a DPS officer and how can the Texas Rangers not understand that, hey, we got two deaths in the same jail? You think maybe they might want to say, well, what the hell's going on here? But no, they have James Hicks do it. Does a bullshit investigation. Basically, what he did was instead of him doing the investigation, he just left the investigation in-house inside Angelina County. That's it. And we're waiting to see on the report that comes out now as if he will continue to do the same thing. I'm interested to see if the DPS actually assigns James Hicks to do another investigation. Last word we got, he was reprimanded and he was transferred out of the area. So why in the hell is he doing investigations continually? And why is McClellan signing off on his investigations? His just keep on coming. I wrote to all of the commissioners. And if I'm a pain in the ass, if people think I'm a pain in the ass, I don't care. Because I want to know. I want to know the people that I'm dealing with who can allow a person to die in jail and then refuse to release any documentation to the public. I also ask, how can the public allow this to happen? Now, put yourself in a loved one's shoes, parents, brothers, sisters, wives, kids, whatever. You would think that they would want to know how their people passed away inside of jail. Many times, these individuals passed away inside of jail. Many times, these individuals are put in jail, but the families are, well, he needs to be somewhere where they can take care of him, whatever, if he broke the law or whatever. But they assume that they would be treated with some kind of constitutional rights. You have to understand, constitutional rights are different from a person who was detained inside of a jail, which these individuals were. Okay, they had not been formally charged because they weren't properly booked in. You understand that? So now these individuals haven't even arrived in the jail. They haven't even been booked in uh, legally to the jail, and they got them in a detox cell. In one case for 2 hours, and another case for 2 days. Miss Hartman's case, that was settled. And I keep going back to this. This should have been our telltale sign right there that something's wrong. Here's the reason why. We don't know if she had pneumonia when she got there, or she contracted it whenever she was in her jail cell. We don't know. However, the fact is, you ask anybody who's been in Angelina County Jail in the last 5 years, and mold is a problem, especially if you have respiratory diseases. It's going to get worse. I'm not even talking about COVID. So these deaths are not going to be explained away with COVID. COVID's over with. And if you do have symptoms of COVID, then you're supposed to be isolated, but no, they didn't. All they did was isolate the dorm. So in other words, you get 25 to 30 people inside a dorm. It's all quarantined, and you can't let them out. And they don't have symptoms, but you just quarantine people in there. Don't provide any medical care. Luckily, no one died of COVID in Angelina County. However, the fact is they're dying now. It leads us to believe what happened between the transformation between Greg Sanchez leaving the jail and Selman taking over. And in Selman's case, if you got 2 deaths in a year and nobody's asking you any questions, we have a sheriff. He can go by boat. Yeah, he can go by boat. He can turn around the speaker stand and turn it around in front of the commissioners, showing his ass to the commissioners, and I'm talking to the people. Well, if you really want to talk to the people, why don't you show us how the hell these people died? All your bullshit reasons, what else? Privacy, you can redact it. Maybe this is a new word. You have computer technology where you can actually, you can redact information. You can blur people's faces. You can hide your sensitive information. All of this. But then again, you say, well, we can't do that. But then you can stand in front of a photo of the complete schematics of the jail, including the expansion. I'm going to throw out some ideas here. Like, okay, we got an expansion. We've already authorized the budget. Originally, it was 13 million. Now it's come up to 16 million. So the fact is that we don't even know how much we're actually going to spend on the jail. I believe that until they actually come forward and produce information and let a thorough investigation be done on these 2 deaths, we suspend the expansion. And here's no reason why. If we can't take care of the prisoners that we have in there, the 276 prisoners that we have in there, how are we going to take care of another 200 with 200 beds? We're going to hire more people? Well, we have a problem hiring in the first place. And why do we have a problem hiring in the first place? People say, well, it's because of salary. No, it's not. The average salary for a jail personnel in Angelina County is $41,000 a year. The average nationally is $46,000 a year. So it's not a money issue. These individuals who go to work for them normally don't even they have a high school education. They've got their GED. And that's a great place for them to go employ and for their employment, for them to actually start their career, then they could continue their career if they want to do that. But we put an individual in a warden position. She got a degree at University of Phoenix. She's now teaching school over at ACE or something, whatever. And trust me, we found her address. So, because this is not the first Eighth Amendment complaint there are every lawsuit that we have settled has actually pointed to the same thing: lack of care of individuals, constantly, constantly misprescribing them prescriptions, not serving their medication as it's predicted or it's instructed by their physician. People want to know, well, hell, it's all crazy in jail. People go because they on medication. Take away somebody's medication, I don't care what it is what they're going to be. Take away somebody's medication, I don't care what it is what they're going to be acting differently. But that's neither considered nor is it wanted to be addressed. We don't want to address it. We don't want to address it because the fact is we're afraid of what we'll find out. And we've found out a lot about our county now because the fact is that now we have citizens who believe and actually believe that this is the proper way that prisoners are supposed to be treated. You go to jail or you die. You die. Okay. But you're under care from other people. People say, well, prison's not care. Yeah, you're right. Prison's prison, man. It sucks to be there. But the fact is, you still are entitled to certain of your rights, medical care, proper supervision, so you ain't getting your ass tore up. Proper supervision, where the fact is you're cleaning up shit, you got mold off the floors and the whole 9 yards, and give the inmates the material to clean up after themselves in their cells. But no, we don't do that. And once again, I can't stress this enough. These guys have not even been convicted of a crime, and you're putting them in jail and putting their lives at risk. Everybody's assuming, well, they must have done something. They're guilty. Just throw them in jail. They're guilty. All of them? All of them? And all of them don't need to be, everybody don't need to, they're not right. All of them are not right, or they don't have no rights as a detainee. Well, our Constitution says otherwise. I actually wrote to the ombudsman of the Attorney General's office today. I've been actually hammering them because the fact is they're the one who made the decision, in an opinion, that they did not have to release the video of Mr. Smallwood's death. I challenged the Attorney General because of you not allowing, or your opinion stating that they didn't have to allow that video to be shown. It did not allow us to see, or for them to actually review, to train individuals, or to show taxpayers how their taxpayer money is being spent. And also the fact is that where do we need to make improvements? Let's talk to each other. Okay, you have this problem? Show me. Okay, we're going to dump some funds in there. When you get a tax bill, we'll sign off on that as long as that money goes there. But we rely on one person, the sheriff, to tell us what they need and what they don't need. And for God's sakes, you can buy a boat, but you can't get an individual. You can't get an individual his medication, but you can buy a boat. A boat, by the way. All this flooding that's going on around Angelina County, and I'm sure it's worse in some areas, whatever. There are many roads that are closing down. So, we got creeks, we got bayous, we got sloughs. We got everything filling up. We have no record of this boat being utilized in an effort to not just save people, but just to go check on people. Remember back in the old day, it's like, it was just given. You got older neighbors, you got somebody next door, something happens or whatever, and you just kind of go over and you give them a call. Say, y'all all right? Is everything okay? Y'all need anything? We used to do that as a community. We don't do that anymore. And this kind of community effort has actually gone to the jail because back in the old days, if somebody died in the jail or whatever, we'd ask the question, how did it happen? Then you'd get people who were actually in there tell you what happened. But no, those people were silenced. They were not allowed to speak to Mr. Hicks. I call him Mr. Hicks because based on his history that I have seen, this guy is just like, he's useless as tits on a board hog. I asked for his investigation for the last 2 years, and they haven't given it to me. I wonder why. You can bet your ass I'm putting another one in on Monday. I think we have a commissioners meeting on Tuesday. I will probably watch it here at home live because the fact is, I it's so hard for me to go and sit and listen to bullshit and me not say nothing. I'm like, that's bullshit. That's me. I'm a freaking Marine. Okay, that's how we talk to each other. How we communicate. But I mean, I got to call bullshit when I see it. They don't like that very much. You're not, and then you know what? To make sure that you believe that they're all godly, they'll quote scripture to you. I didn't come for a prayer meeting. I come to hear a commissioners meeting. And let's deal with the real agenda items. I don't want to hear anything more about the airport. I want to cut off the funds to the airport. I want to cut off funds for damn uh, every damn way we can until we get to the bottom of this jail situation so we can keep people dying from being in jail. I have a list of demands from me, but now this is just something for you to chew on. Let's speak to your family about it. Why don't those individuals that were on duty that night, why don't you suspend them for as long as it takes them to actually go on record and depose them and actually go and tell them and tell what actually happened. Do an internal investigation, a third-party investigation, so they can these individuals that are in there that have been sworn to silence, they can talk. Identify the problem. Suspend Sheriff Selman from any of his duties that he is conducting right now. We get a replacement in there, suspending him upon investigation to be thoroughly completed, including the videos and including the testimony of everyone that was actually there and witnesses these two deaths. The supervisor, Lieutenant Rodriguez, who was there during Smallwood's death, he should be accountable for his crew. He should be making a statement. It happened on your watch. Tell us what happened on your watch. Show us what happened on your watch. We just saw a video. Sonia, I can't believe it. Anyway, it was a black lady. You could tell on the video, this black lady, she had called for help. She said she's an older black lady. She was in her kitchen, but anyway, she called for help. Police showed up, came in her house. I'm like, what's going on? I said, well, I heard somebody around my house called you to check on it or whatever. So they went around her house, whatever. They came back in, told us, well, no, man, we didn't see nobody out there. There's nobody out there or whatever. But she had a pot boiling on the stove over there. So the officer said, wait, don't you go turn that water off? Like he's going to be there for a while. So she said, oh, well, it makes you feel uncomfortable. Okay, I'll go turn it off or whatever. So she grabbed the pot, poured it down the sink, still had the pot in her hand. And for some reason, this lady, many people can attest. Some people say, you know what, when they meet somebody, church going folks or whatever, and me too, you know, my mom was really, there's a devil in him. There's a devil in him. So she knows that she's older lady. She's not, you could tell that she was pretty much mentally, she wasn't all there, but she was able to function on her own. She just said, God rebuke you. I rebuke you. Because he had said some things to her that were vulgar. So I'll shoot you in the freaking face, but not freaking, but anyway. She just says, you know, God, I rebuke you. You know, he want the devil up in her house or whatever. That pissed him off. So she still had the pot in her hand, was going to lay the pot down. He swore 3 times he was going to shoot her in the face. And she's like, what the hell? I mean, it's like, what the hell? Even his partner was over like, what the hell are you doing, man? It's an old woman with a pot. Dropped her, 1 shot to the head. This same kind of compassion for individuals is the same that has been observed by our jail personnel and our law enforcement officers here. They don't like their job. They don't like what they're doing. And because they don't, they take it out on the individuals who they're responsible for caring for. I don't know how a person does it. I don't know how you can put somebody in restraints and you see them. When you see somebody dying, it's like something's wrong here. How can you not do nothing? How can you not say something? How can you not say, when the investigators, I want to talk to them? I'll tell you why. Because they were told, sit down, shut up, we'll handle the story. We're gonna control the narrative and what information is put out, because the fact is that you might tell them the truth. That's exactly what's going on here. It happens all the time in Angelina County. Something happens up at the courthouse or whatever. Something they don't want to. They put a gag order on. They put a gag order on all the employees. We talking about this now. Pretty much threatening their job. You talk about this, and you got to go. We even had a commissioner, Mr. Jeffries. Yeah. He actually got in trouble by the county judge because he actually showed the resume from in a bid, saying, "Well, how come you showed the person that received the bid was the person who was put down as a reference for the county for the road commissioner's job?" And we still, as of today, we don't have an engineer. How is that? I'll tell you what you could do. All you got to do is pick up the phone and do this. Call one of these engineering companies. Say, look, we want to hire you on a contractual basis. Okay, per project. We want you to come in and we want you to do a complete analysis of our road system and give us your report. That's all it takes. That's all we've asked for, is just have an engineer look at the shit. Basically, it's like, okay, if you're going to dig a ditch in my yard, where's it going to drain? I mean, that's any common sense. Anybody would think that's like, okay, if you're going to dig a ditch in my yard, what happens when it rains? Where's the water going to go? We can't even get that. The lack of transparency in Angelina County has exuded so much of information that we would be appalled if we knew everything that went on in this county and how it got done, who ordered it to get done, who are the real masters, who are they? Because I don't know. But you can damn sure bet your ass that you got a county judge that'll point his finger at you and accuse you and shit like that or whatever. Don't give you a chance to respond. I hate to quote Biden. I'm really not a Biden fan, but anyway, somebody ought to take him behind the woodshed. Everybody knows what that means. And by I mean taking behind the woodshed, I mean you're answering to these people. Stop with the dissemination of information. The Lufkin Daily News reports only what the commissioners say they can report. If that's not obvious to everybody, how many reports do you see from the Lufkin Daily News that actually has anything to do with our government? Any investigative journalism, any investigation whatsoever into what's going on in Angelina County? No, because they're not allowed to. And this is where it all starts, because once you start taking away the rights of individuals to know how your government works, and then you start controlling the people. I know I sound all ultra political, but any person will tell you that politics starts at the grass level. That's us. We're the grass level. Our school boards, our county commissioner's office. But we, for some reason, can't get it through our brain housing group is that we put these people in office. They're our responsibility. If you're not doing what you said that you were going to do when you were running, you have to be accountable to your people. You have to answer those questions. You can't run and hide to your car. You can't run from the commissioner's office to your car and not answer any questions. Don't even talk to your constituents. When's the last time that you actually had a conversation with your commissioner? When's the last time they even answered the phone? I guarantee you what you get. Oh, no, he's not in office. He's at the county barn. Call the county barn. No, he's not here. He's on his office. Avoiding the people. That's your first clue right there. But in closing, this weekend I have been reaching out to every agency, every individual, news, whatever, to get this story outside of Angelina County, because that's what it's going to take. Angelina County is a bubble. No information goes out, and no information can come in because we're our own little world. And in our own little world, we get special people who make the rules and regulations. We don't have to go by no constitution. We don't have to go by law of the land. We don't have to go by all that because we're special. Well, ask yourself this: how would you like to go out of town somewhere and you're purchasing brother? Where are you from? Oh, I'm from Lufkin. Oh, that's where them people are dying over there, huh? That's what you say with the death house. People die when you go to jail. People die when you go to that jailhouse. I hate to be simple-minded, but you know what? Old timers that I talk to say shit. They'll tell you in a heartbeat. They'll call it like it is. You'll die in that jail. And that's the reputation of Angelina County Jail has now. And they will not do anything to dispel that. They will not expose how that they are actually operating, which is a violation of the Freedom of Information Act. And I wrote the Attorney General on that. And me and the Attorney General, we're going to actually have correspondence back and forth, and I'm going to prove to him, just like Kerry Kirby did, all the cases that he put forward to hide the video. I'm going to put just as many cases to argue back why that video should be released. And it doesn't, it's common sense, people. If you're videotaping something and it happens, then you need to let everybody know how it happened if you have videotape of it. It's just like, okay, if you've seen something happen, if you were a witness to a crime, you have to report on that when they ask you questions. What our county government's doing now is like, oh, we committed a crime, but we take the fifth. And qualified immunity does not count in a death of a person in a facility, including the county jail. Once Angelina took possession of Mr. Smallwood, Mr. Stolick, and Ms. Hartman, it was their responsibility. Their protection was in their hands. You don't expect to die when you go to jail. And you shouldn't have to expect to die when you go to jail. They may get your ass booked, or you may have some fight, maybe whatever, not suspected in jail. But no one should have to worry about going to jail and getting killed, especially by the people who are actually charged of your care. That's what has happened. I want to know why. I'm gonna find out why. And if you be interested in knowing the details of this case, hit me up on Facebook. Hit me on instant messengers because everybody's scared to speak up. There was one lady who used to work for District Attorney Janet Cassis. I tipped my hat to her. I can't remember her name, but I tipped my hat to her because she went on record stating exactly how it was to work in that office. Her testimony, along with others, was used to get rid of a district attorney. This is why they don't want information out. Because the fact is that we're not talking about hearsay. We're we're talking about stuff that is live on camera that we can see, conversations, we can see exactly what happened, and we get to make our own determination, not you. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I kind of treat it down in 30 minutes, but I get long-winded. I'm sorry about that. Anyway, if you get this video, like, share it. I'm gonna go to my Twitter account, I call it X now, and then I'm posting this all out to TikTok and also Instagram. So you guys, if you don't agree with it, I understand, but at least give it consideration that we are being held hostage by our government, and our rights are being ignored to the point to where people are dying to protect others, and they're not giving any details. That's the bottom line. All right, guys. Hope to hear from you guys soon. If I don't, well, I'm still gonna make these videos. As I said, it's record. I record it because the fact is it gives me a chance to go back and review my information. I can't write, can't dance, can't write. Too short to freaking yo-yo. But I don't miss when I shoot. I don't do that. You guys be good. Keep your powder dry.